Good morning, YouTube. Today is Friday, July 19th, and it is rocking and rolling out there, boys. How are you today?
Good, man.
Glad the computers are working. Apparently nothing else in the world's working today. Thanks, Microsoft.
I've only had one trouble with one thing since we've started up here today, and that would be a government website. The Allegheny County website is down here this morning.
There you go. Sure, there's a lot of websites down, but yeah, if you haven't
That's
heard,
the only one I've run into trouble with business, though.
if you haven't heard, there's a bit of a Microsoft outage this morning, so hopefully you're not at the airport or needing surgery.
Neither here.
Yeah,
nor there.
We're all good. We're all good, but glad to have you boys on. Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise. I was worried we weren't going to get up and running, but we're good. Hopefully this goes out to everyone. And don't yell at your IT guy today if something's not working. It's not their fault. Just crazy how you realize how the whole world's run by all the same servers.
It's kind of eye-opening, even though you know it. It's kind of eye-opening. Like one little thing could throw it off, and I believe it was just a little thing in their coding. What was it?
Tech guy Burko this morning. He's thrown on the weatherman hat. He's thrown on this hat.
Yeah, whatever you guys need to know. It's sunny and beautiful here in Berga.
Anth, whenever you have a 2-month-old, I guess you wake up early and get that Yinzer news on, so you're ahead of the game.
Yeah, walk outside and smell that fresh air.
Touch some grass?
No, I haven't done that yet. Haven't left the porch.
All right. But cool. Yeah. So that's going on. That's not great news. That should get cleared up here, I would assume, pretty quick. But the big news really coming from the mortgage world is all this talk about rate cuts. And anytime rate cuts pop up, it's great news, of course. Anytime the Fed's talking about rate cuts, it's going to drop interest rates, not only on the mortgage side, but for your car, for your credit cards, for everything. It's just the misconception of how it works in the mortgage world, where it's never a one-day giant drop once the Fed makes the decision, right, Anth? Usually the markets read what the Fed governors are saying, they put it into their pricing, and it's a slow, gradual down. And no one expects mortgage interest rates to drop a whole percentage point here coming up, just maybe a little bit, right?
Yeah, once the Federal Reserve starts reducing their rate, it's not a tit for tat per se, right? So if they drop it by 0.5%, our rates are automatically 0.5% lower. It doesn't necessarily happen that way, but the market's going to react to any positive news when it comes to rates, which could lower those, a little bit, based on the market that day. But it's going to open up a whole new, tier of buyers as well. So, I see all the time, hey, if rates drop 1%, it's going to open up 5 to 6 million new buyers coming into the market. Mm-hmm. So we got a whole different category happening after that does happen if they come down.
So what you're saying is maybe between now and September, we might have a little bit of a Goldilocks zone where you're going to start seeing rates trickle down. You might be able to get in with a nice interest rate before the mass public hears this news and you hear all these buyers jump in. And again, it might be a 0.25% drop. It might be an 1/8% drop. It might be 3/8%. You don't really know how much. Anth, if you can pull up the one article I have. So right now, the markets, Tom, you tell me, is 100% good?
100%. 100's 100, man. That's the whole pie.
So as of now, the markets are betting that there'll be 100% chance of a Fed rate cut in September. Now, that was 70% a month ago. So things can change, of course. But as of right now, everything is looking towards September is that magic number. Now, we're going to go to our candlestick charts. You know, we haven't seen these in a little while, but here we are today or yesterday over on the right-hand side. As you can see this year, April to May there was the worst rates of the year. We're starting to tick back. We're almost back to where we were at the beginning of the year when it comes to interest rates, which is crazy because 2024 was supposed to be this beautiful, wonderful year with all these rate cuts and mortgage rates starting to drop. We're here. We're now into July, and we're fighting to get back where we started the year. But that's where we are. It's better than we've been the last couple months. As you can see, we're continuously getting better. So it does look like the markets are starting to price this in to interest rates as we speak today. So don't think you have to wait all the way to September to get the best bang for your buck with these rates right now. Because like Anth said, Tom, if the news comes out and say rates are dropping for sure, you're going to have all those buyers come back in. Then you're going to have multiple offers, which is going to push the purchase prices up. Then if you're paying more in the purchase price, getting a lower interest rate really doesn't help all that much.
No, 100%. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things to think about when those rates come back into play. Since on August 17th, what we've been talking about with the new commission changes as well, I think that those strong buyers that are going to come into that market are going to be able to pay that commission and get into homes and have a better chance. So for right now, I think it's a great time for the people that might not have all the cash in their pocket, need, max financing, a sweet deal. I think you guys, your go time is now before it does start to tick up and where the people that, are cash heavy start to get in and start buying the houses.
I mean, Anth, you tell me if I'm wrong here, but with the potential rate drop, we got changes in the real estate industry. Clearly, this election cycle is going to be wild. I mean, it could be a crazy market here the next couple months where you got to get in there now where it's kind of calm, cool, and collected and not pull your hair out through this process.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying it forever. If you could buy a house and the payment is affordable, you should buy a house. Mm-hmm. Don't focus so much on the interest rate as long as the payment's affordable. You always have that ability to refinance if rates drop. But getting in at the right time when there's more inventory than there's been all year long, you're able to go in with a reasonable offer and negotiate for that offer and not have to go over ask. And the rates are still pretty good depending on the scenario. But I mean, not to buy is going to cost you more because if rates go up, yes, you might have a 6% rate, per se. But if the rates go up 25 grand, or I'm sorry, the value goes up 25 grand because you have to offer more, are you really saving?
Yeah.
So now's the time to buy if you want to buy so you can get in before all this madness takes place.
I really think you're hitting the nail on the head, how everything's lining up where this next month, next 45 days, there is more inventory than we've seen. Not a ton more inventory, but a little bit more. Seems like the buyers are a little less. Maybe people are pulling off and wait until this September talk. So we'll see. We'll just absolutely see what happens. But right now, you're seeing rates slowly drop. You're seeing inventory slowly increase. We haven't seen those two things happen at the same time for a long time. So if you're sitting on the fence, get in now. Trust me. Listen to Anth. He's been doing this since he had hair. I mean, there are times that you can find the right time in the market to take advantage.
100%.
What else we got going on this weekend? Any fun?
Just gonna rip my shirt off and go down to the WWE event.
Okay, Hulk Hogan here. We know Anth is getting out of town for a little while. Enjoy yourself, sir.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Microsoft gets their stuff together today. So I don't have a delayed flight. So Microsoft.
Where you heading, Anth?
Man, Florida.
What's wrong with that?
Hey, Anth.
I can't wait.
Oh, Anth, all right.
Worst comes to worst. Can throw throw the kids in the car. I got a pit stop for you about 10 and a half hours south if you need it. And then you can just carry on from there. You don't need a plane.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan, man.
His mouth just dropped when you said that. He's like, that ain't happening.
79 to 19 to 77 to 85, baby. You're there,
I'm ready, man.
Okay.
Get the toes in the sand. I can't wait till Tuesday, though. If I'm going deep sea fishing, so if I catch a big tuna, it's going to be, I'm going to have to jump on live. And
well, we're probably going to miss you Tuesday morning because you're going to be out there on the big boat, but we would expect an update if we got Anthony catching big fish.
I would definitely expect an update.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, there's got to be at least a couple like mortgage memes you make about reeling in something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like get 360 camera out there and rolling.
I'm taking that bad boy. I haven't used it in a while.
Reeling in that 5% rate, baby. Go get it.
Oh man, I saw an ad yesterday. It was ridiculous. It had something like 2.75% rate with an APR of like 7.5.
I think I saw something as well like that on Facebook in one of the groups, and I was just cracking up. I'm like, this is a joke.
Yep. If you ever, guys, and just finish up, you need a second look over the weekend, give us a call. We're here to get your buyers into them homes. Great rates, great fees, great service. It's what we do. So see you boys Tuesday, and safe travels. We may not see you, but we want to see them tunas.
You got it, buddy.
Later.
Later, guys.
Yeah.